of young leaders in a similar environment like this contributed to what you have added value to in its journey, its development and its potential. So please understand the significance and importance of what ultimately will be produced and the platform that already exists inspired from Geneva and the discussions you've been having with us with students like yourselves who are now brought in, you've helped now take it to the next level. It's how you take it to a level where it can be amplified to and for the benefit of young global change agents, which is what you are all and have become. Any questions by way of what you've been exposed to and the approach? And it can always be improved, it can always be developed, because that again reflects the creativity and gifts and talents that you have. So we know what the campus is, we've had the feedback. We presented this as a global call to action, and everyone said that we were ambitious, and that I think was being polite. But it was informed, as I said, by young people like you, who over the last 30 years have all played their part, either academically, on the streets, lives lost, lives saved, lives disaffected, lives that still continue in their journey. Please also remember, we talk about jobs in sport. For every games, there are over 200 different careers of expertise and knowledge that allows even one session of the major games to happen. From electricians to administrators to plumbers, right the way through to lawyers, to marketeers, to communicators, to politicians. It is all one global ecosystem. You take 5% of that, no, 0.1% of that, and the global action becomes reality. Although that's not my global action, it's your global action. All we've done is articulate and present the art of the possible. So that is something you take away and you decide whether you wish to do it or not, because that's democracy. When President Mandela summarised the power of sport, it reflected, as I said, post-apartheid South Africa and how we went through a race war, and the story's a very stark one. You had Afrikaans with karate suits and swastikas, and you had township youth with karate suits that were produced by the late comrade Chris Hanley, who was assassinated by an Afrikaans karate instructor black belt. I was in the middle of that because I was asked to take a side. Well, I think, as you know, why I'm still here is I chose the right side, no side. Because sometimes you have to take an independent stand until people begin to understand what it is you're there to do. By the way, I believe that combat sports have multiple benefits intergenerationally, and one of Muhammad Ali's wishes of the Float Like a Butterfly Social Country Leadership Program is it empowered women and girls. He felt that his faith, as well as other belief systems, needed to have that equilibrium of status, of value, and contribution. Next steps is blank. I can honestly say to you, the answers are left to you. Lane and his team, metaphorically, are super heavyweights in the work they output, but I'd say lightweight in the capacity of the team that they have. Myself, Janice Argyle-Thompson, and Peter Raymond is a team of three. The power of three, the power of your team. And I've always said, my ideal dream, if I saw Lane a lot more, he saw me a lot more, we saw the team a lot more, we might, in our own collective therapy, achieve a little bit more. But the day-to-day challenges don't allow that. Because for me, the dream of the institutions coming together is still a dream. But I do know this, what you've contributed to today takes the journey where the next steps can be decided by your good self. For me, Lane will be at the next jogging. You're going to be represented?
I'm not doing the jogging, but another fellow on my behalf is going to be.
So we already have what I believe with the portfolio that you have, what the Prime Minister presented.
Our Prime Minister is going there, yes.
So
Also Youth Ministry.
Yes, Youth Ministry and Minister I'm sure is going there.
We have a message for him. His role there is going to be very important. As we are, so I don't know. The friend must share what we have written, but some of what we are saying here, he needs to say it there. So one is your example of having the youth ministry in the Prime Minister's office is something that other countries, not that model, but the elevation of youth up.
Exactly.
Is one. He has to say that to the other leaders because it's his program. No?
Exactly.
He has to also share some of this about the power of sport. Pakistan's won gold medal. You see the impact. So for youth and sport, there's a potential you could also share that message. But obviously it's around the program that you have talked about, the Prime Minister's program and what it is doing, including young people. Having young people right at the core, mainstreaming youth, all of these things. If he could say those things there, among his other leaders, that's the leadership we need. So that's if you could, we're trying to say his role in this struggle is very important.
Yes, very crucial.
Very timely as well. So if he could say some of those things, they're very powerful. He could change other countries who are going the opposite way.
So when you meet the Prime Minister, ask him to educate youth more there because he's leading.
He's the champion.
He's the champion of youth this time.
Yes, please.
Yes.
You can say it. I'll say it after. We say it also.
We're going to take a photo outside, but I think just.
So I'll get sent to the video.
Yeah, it is important to share the good practices. Can I have the last slide of that? And I want to call one thing here, which is important. Pakistan and India has a rivalry, as you know.
Yeah.
And in last Olympics, there was a very strong competition between Pakistan and India, Raj and Arshad Nadeem. So Arshad won that game, and the media always spice things up.
Yes.
Media went to Nidi's mother and they asked her, your son is not getting the gold medal, but he is getting the gold medal. How do you feel? And she replied in a beautiful way, and that connects us together. And that was, no worries. My one son did not get the gold medal, but the other son got the gold medal, and he got the silver medal. Both are my son. So that was a very connecting and strong message between two countries, and especially about the people who are living the other side and in Pakistan. So sports always connect, and they always share their jerseys and the jackets. My brother is a sportsman, and he is heading the Special Olympics in Pakistan. So he always come up with lots of badges and with lots of flags, which they share at the Special Olympics opening with the other communities and other countries. And it is always at the core that they include other nations, they connect with the different organizations, the different communities, and they are building on each other a good relation, which is more important for the inclusive programs.
Absolutely.
So this is perfectly right, he said, whatever Wilson said. So it is, we need to be more on it, yes.
Vision with action can change the world.
Exactly.
That's all we will do. In South Africa, again, the President's office had a National Youth Commission based in his office. Every single day, they reported to us. They said it is critical. If that is achieved, things then move at a pace and a momentum where you help to shape policy strategy, its implementation, what works, what doesn't work. And then collectively, it starts to give the social and economic. We all agree it is a shift of resource that's required. But did anyone say that Hollywood actors would invest in English football clubs?
No.
Never. There is so much happening in your subcontinent, hosting a future Olympic and World Cups. So there's a massive shift. We just hope that the vaccine and antidote can counter the current anxieties and tensions of the world. But I'm sure Paris showed us what the art of the possible could be. I believe that, certainly from what I'd hoped would be the case, we've been able to achieve what I know others who witnessed the journey for what it was. But as I've said, in 1997, it was building a nation through sport at the Commonwealth Garden in Edinburgh. as we approach this cycle of Commonwealth State of Government, I think we're in a good place to make a right, proper and powerful advocacy with the ideas that will transpire as a result. Are there any questions anyone has on the basis of the experience today? There's lots that will be downloaded, I no doubt, and give some thought.
So you mentioned you have it in 50 campuses. So
No, sorry, let me correct that. We don't have 50 campuses, we have 50 expressions of interest, which is what challenged us, A, to look at capacity, capability, and commitment. We can do nothing on our own. The whole notion of this approach came because of the major games, and we were literally given the crumbs from the top table 13 plus years ago, just after that young person's life. So what we're doing on that journey that has always had people just contributing. A social coach contributes 2 hours a week. Muhammad Ali committed 2 hours a day, where unselfishly, unnoticed to anybody, he'd knock on the door, hey, I'm Muhammad Ali, can I come in for some tea? That was what he did every single day, where possible. Because he believed that service to others is the rent that you'll pay for your room in heaven. I'm of that belief, equally. For the ladies who believe it's not possible, as I've said, far more important than I, as a former world karate champion.
So that's again.
That. They call her a young lady, but I can do that. 42 years ago, I met her at a world championship. But she's the most formidable warrior you will meet. And every woman and young girl should learn how to defend themselves. So violence against women and girls then becomes almost halved immediately. And if you are not inspired, please watch Woman King, Viola Davis. Any woman who wishes to be empowered by one screening and watching of one film, I say that because it was inspired and helped me heal in the loss of my late dear mother. Woman King. They didn't distribute it too much because I think they were worried what women would do.